Yo guys, Kyle here, back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead Beta vs. Daryl and Haunting of Alpha's trailer breakdown. So we're breaking down the trailer. It came out a couple days ago, or I don't know what day it came out, but we're going to be breaking it down. So yeah, there's 2 reviews out for the first 2 episodes of The Walking Dead Season 9. I don't know if they're good reviews. So the teaser gives us a ton of new footage, so let's break it down. I'm going to be warning you, spoiler alert, for Season 9 of The Walking Dead. So if you don't want to get spoiled, because there's lots of news here that will be spoiled. So if you don't like spoilers, you can leave now. But if you want to know, and the information that I got, I wrote it on a paper, so that's why if you hear a paper, but yeah, so spoiler, just if you don't want to get spoiled, leave, and then yeah. So in the beginning of the trailer, it shows Daryl and Michonne together on a bridge. They encounter whispers, which is one of them is Lydia. So they end up killing the whispers, and they save one alive, and then they get her on her knees, and Daryl takes the mask off, because they wear skins, I guess you could say. They wear like zombie skins on them, so Daryl cuts it off and then takes it off her face, and they see her, and she's just a young girl, like she's looking like she's in her 20s, and then they bring her back to Hilltop. But they must have escaped from the graveyard, because before last episode, we left off in the graveyard, so they must have went off alone to see what it is, to do whatever they had to do, and they made it to a bridge and found Lydia, and they found her, so they're gonna bring her back to Hilltop. And then while she's with Michonne, Daryl leaves again to try to find what's going on, and he finds a herd of walkers, and he must think it's the whispers of the walkers that he found. And then Michonne, and it's another scene that cuts. Michonne says we need to do whatever we need to do to stay alive, because we don't know, they don't know who these whispers are yet, not quite yet. And then I also want to talk about Tara, because it does show a scene of her, or there's like a little clip of her. Tara looks better and a good leader than Maggie was. I'm just saying this because Maggie was pregnant, so she couldn't really do much, where like Tara's actually going to go out, help them, because now that there's a new threat, she's going to go out more and try to keep the group safe and better, where Maggie kind of just stayed in Hilltop, didn't really scavenge much or anything. I like her, but just she had a downfall of having a kid, so she couldn't really help that much. So yeah. And then back to Daryl and Lydia, because that's all we see, the one scene with Daryl. He looking at a herd, and I think he thinks that they're the whispers. I don't know if he's right, or I don't know if he's wrong, and then it shows back to Daryl and Lydia. Daryl brings her to the Hilltop, because they're not going to bring her to Alexandria. That's just too far. And then they take her in, and then they ask her questions, and she says, I can't be here right now. My mom's looking for me, or for her. Just flipping my sheet. And then she's like, we get she there, and then sorry about this, I'm just blobbing. But then Daryl throws her in the cell at Hilltop, and they the cell that we've seen it many times. Henry was in the cell, and then another thing at the end of the trailer, Lydia says to Daryl, my mom you don't want to mess with. And then Daryl says, where is she? And then Lydia says, be glad you don't know. Sorry I was talking, I'm stuttering, But I'll say that one more time. Okay. Lydia says to Daryl, "My mom, you don't want to mess with her." And Daryl says, "Where is she?" And she's like, be glad you don't want to know." That's just scary in my thought. That's just like, also I'm going to be putting pictures up on the screen so you'll see her. But that's just like, what does that mean? You don't want to know. You be glad you don't know. That's scary, and a mix of everything. So yeah, that's my breaking down prediction. We only broke down the first half of the trailer where it shows Daryl, Michonne, and Lydia, because I think that's just the part that I wanted to do. I'll be back with more trailers with you guys another day, and that's me, and I'll see you in the next one.